Hi S1, I hope you had a nice weekend. This week we're going to be doing something a wee bit new, but what it involves is combining what we already know about mixed numbers and improper fractions and kind of putting that together with adding and subtracting fractions. Okay. Right, I'm going to start off by showing you this through a wee example. So question 1 here says 2 and 1/3 plus 1 and 5/12. Now, to add these two together, these two numbers together, just like when I add any other fraction, I need the bottom, the denominators to be the same. Okay, but before I do that, what I need to do with these two mixed numbers is I need to change them to an improper fraction. Okay, now we were doing that last day. Remember how we do this? So we do 3 times 2 add on 1. Now 3 times 2 add on 1 gives me an answer of 7. Okay, so I end up with 7 up the top there. And the bottom number is just going to stay as it is. It becomes 7 over 3. Right, and I've got 1 and 5/12, and I want to change it to an improper fraction, so I do 12 times 1 add 5. Now that turns out to be 17. Okay, 17 over 12. Okay, now what I want to do is, it's just like we were doing the other day there, which is adding fractions that have got different denominators. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to look for a number that appears in both the 3 and the 12 times table that I can change these fractions into. So the lowest number, and with these particular examples it is quite important you go for the lowest number, otherwise your numeracy work becomes quite difficult. So let's think about the 3 and 12 times table and think of the smallest number that appears in both. And the smallest number that appears is 12. Okay, we call that the lowest common multiple of 3 and 12. Okay, so if I look at my second fraction here, it's already in 12, so I'm just going to leave as it is. Okay, 17 over 12 just leaves as 17 over 12. Right, 3 over 12, 7 over 3, well, the bottom I've times here by 4 to get 12, so I'm going to times the 7 by 4 as well, which gives me 28 over 12. Okay, 28 over 12 that becomes. Right, now all I need to do is, because the bottom numbers here are the same, I can just add them, top numbers together. So 28 over 12 adds 17 over 12. Well, 28 adds 17 is 45. So that becomes 45 over 12. Okay, 45 over 12. And my final step is I'm going to change that improper fraction back to a mixed number. So to do that, I see how many times does 12 go into 45? Right, it goes in 3 times. Okay, 3 times, and it's got a remainder of 9/12. Okay, 3 and 9/12. Right, now for the moment, I'm quite happy if you just get to this stage, folks, okay, and leave it as an improper fraction. But if you can take it a step further and change it to a mixed number, that would be great. Okay, let's probably look at another example here. We've got 1 and 3/5 and 3 and 1/10. So first step is always to change to an improper fraction. So I do 5 times 1, which is 5, add on 3, gives me 8. So that ends up as 8 over 5. Okay, the next fraction, 10. 10 times 3 is 30, add 1 would be 31 over 10. Okay, 31 over 10. Right, so all I've done there is I've changed the mixed numbers into improper fractions, just like we did last week in our revision exercise. Now, next step is to get a common denominator, so a number that both 5 and 10 can divide into. So the smallest number that 5 and 10 can divide into is 10. Okay, that's the lowest common multiple of 5 and 10. Right? Now once again my second fraction here is already in tenths, so I'm going to leave that as 31 over 10. My first fraction, well, what have I done to 5 to get it into 10? Well, I've times it by 2, so I times my top number here by 2 as well to get 16. Okay, 8 times 2 gives me 16. And now that I've got a common denominator, I can just add my top numbers together. So 16 add 31 will give me 47 over 10. Okay, and again, I'm happy if you get to this stage, but if you can change that back to a mixed number, that would be even better. So 10 into 47 goes 4 times with a remainder of 7. So 4 and 7/10 would be your answer. Okay, now it's the exact same process for taking away, right? So for taking away, once again, we start off by changing to an improper fraction. How do we do that? We do 2 times the 3, add 1, which is 7. So that becomes 7 over 2. And the other one, 8 times the 1, add the 3. That would be 11. 11 over 8. Okay. Now we're looking for a common denominator, the smallest number that 2 and 8 go into. And that turns out to be 8. 8 is the lowest common multiple of 2 and 8. Okay. Now this one is already in eighths, so I'm going to leave it as 11/8. And this one, well, I've times the bottom by 4. So I times the top by 4 as well, which gives me 28. Okay. So it becomes 28 over 8 minus 11 over 8. And 28 minus 11 gives me 17. So that becomes 17 over 8. And again, if you're feeling confident, you can change that back to a mixed number. 8 goes into 17 twice with a remainder of 1. So it's 2 and 1/8 would be the answer there. Okay. Final example. Again, take away sum. Starting off by changing to an improper fraction. So it's 2 and 5/8. And I'm going to change it to an improper fraction. So I do 8 times 2, which is 16. Add on the 5 would give me 21. So that becomes 21 over 8, that one. Okay, next one. 4 times 1 is 4. Add 1 is 5. So that becomes 5 over 4. Okay. Right, so I've now got 21 over 8, take away 5 over 4. Now, I'm looking for the lowest common multiple of 8 and 4, so I'm going up the 8 and 4 times table till I find a number that appears in both. And I'd like the smallest number, it just makes your arithmetic so much easier. If I do that, it's 8, that's going to be my answer. Okay. Now, if I look at my first fraction here, it's already an 8, so I'm going to leave it. 21 over 8 just stays as 21 over 8. And my second fraction, I have times the bottom number here by 2, so I'm going to times the top number there by 2 as well. Okay, so the top number there will be 10. Okay, so I end up with 21 over 8, take away 10 over 8. Now 21 take away 10 will just give me 11. So my answer turns out to be 11 over 8. Okay, 21 take away the 10 gives me 11. And once again, I'm happy if you get to that stage, but if you can take that a step forward by changing it back to a mixed number, even better. 8 into 11 is 1 with a remainder of 3. So the answer would be 1 and 3/8. Okay, right, good luck with this, folks. Please send me a wee message if you've got any problems. Watch the video a couple of times if you're not 100% sure. Okay, take care. Speak to you later.